A question that I ask myself every day is if I have found content with the path that I'm going on with my life. For me personally, it's always a coin toss because on one side, I have this perfectionist mindset where to do the best and most fulfilling thing that I can to, I guess, satisfy my feelings. But on one side, it's like you're doing the best that you can, and that's all that matters. But with these two perspectives, the main thing that really comes out in terms of me thinking about it more is my past experiences and how that's been the bridge of me getting to where I want to be. Past experiences briefly, but I've never really given you guys the timeline of how certain events went and how it forced me to be different or forced me to approach things a lot more differently or change me in a way. Some time ago last year, I experienced heartbreak for the first time, which was an interesting experience because it was the first time I guess, felt that way before. And then a couple months later, I had a friend who passed away due to their own doings. And then alongside this, I was entering university for the first time. So it was adjusting to that, trying to make new friends, trying to adjust to classes, to the life of university, I guess. And that wasn't going well because of these two experiences. I didn't make any friends during orientation. Some of my friends from high school, I saw them a couple of times, and I don't blame them for not seeing them often because they're also busy and they're also people. And I was also gaining weight because of, I guess, the stress and anxiety that I was feeling. I was struggling with my classes even though my classes weren't that hard. So it was all of these things that just packed up and became such an issue. But I never really blamed on, or not really blamed, but I never really looked at it in terms of the past experiences being, I guess, a starting point on why I was feeling or struggling in a lot of these scenarios and situations. Because I don't think it was then about my past experiences, it was about myself, which I never really blamed that about. I never blamed myself for how I was approaching things. I always blamed it on these external things, and I wanted to feel sorry for myself. I wanted to just be in a hole and eat whatever I want and do whatever I want and just figure it out and just dug it out along the way. That was my mindset for a long time. Or not for a couple months, not for a long time, a couple months. So then April came when I was, I guess, thugging it out. And April was a really, really interesting month. April/May was the month of Ramadan, which is the month of fasting, where I'm Muslim. So as Muslims in Ramadan, we fast from sunrise to sunset for 30 days. So that was a very life-changing month for me because when I was younger in the past years of my life, I never really took that month as serious as I should be. It almost was about just asking myself, what time is sunset or what time can I eat or just relax in a way, because it is a lot for, I guess, for students, from going to school, from work, right? It is a lot. It can be a lot. But for us Muslims, the fasting part, in terms of being hungry and all, is not the main thing or the main lesson we take from Ramadan. It's the patience that we learn from. It's the blessings that come with Ramadan. It's the people that we come to. It's the mosque that we go to, right? It's the community that we build. right? It's all of these things that I wanted before, and in Ramadan you kind of just get it. You're blessed with it because of so many I guess aligning occasions that everyone is doing, where every Muslim is fasting, every Muslim is going to the mosque, every Muslim is hosting events and all of these things, right? So it was that. And obviously the main thing is getting closer to God, right? Praying more, right? Doing a lot more charity, right? Giving away charity, helping people, right? Helping yourself, right? Containing yourself a lot more in terms of not getting angry, right? Not getting too out of your head, right? All these things that I did before, and now it's kind of like I have an incentive of not to do it in Ramadan. It was then that came the idea of me starting content, of me making videos for the first time, or TikTok videos at least. But I thought about it for a long time. Because I never really thought I could do it. I never thought I could be consistent with it. I never thought I'm the person that's up for it because of a lot of things. My insecurities, how I am as a person, weight, the way I talk, the way I approach certain situations, the way I act. I'm not manly enough is the mic. All of these things, right? So all these questions that came in my mind, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. And then one night, right, it was late at night, I was like, frick it, I'm just gonna start in the morning, right? So after my first class, I booked a study room for an hour, and it was only for an hour 15 minutes that I could have the room for, and I kid you not, I sat and thought about it for an hour and 10. It was 5 minutes left, and the guy outside was waiting and asking, when are you done? So it was like pressure was on me. I had pressure, and I had to start. So I quickly made my first video, and it did well, surprisingly, and got, not to talk about views and engagement, but it has one of the highest that I've ever had. I guess that's normal for a first video on TikTok, right? It is kind of normal for creators to have that. But it's still feel encouraging, right? I still had support from my friends and some family who typed in the comments and called me personally and texted me personally, right? Who told me that, it's great that you're doing this, which was surprising because I thought I'd get made fun of in the side, which I guess I don't know why I felt that way. So that encouraged me. So I started, making a lot of these self-help mental videos, right? Again, because of my experiences and because I wanted to spread awareness about these things, but more importantly, I guess not more importantly, but also I wanted to help myself. I wanted to improve myself, right? I wanted to grow myself to the person I always dreamed of being. In the first month or two, it was, I don't really know if a lot of it helped me, because a lot of it was venting about, I guess, some of the things I really struggled with, and that was really hard to do. And I wouldn't say desperate, but how sad I was sometimes about it. Like, it was kind of like there's a tape in my mouth and I didn't want to say it, right? I was keeping it to myself for so much time in my life, for such a long time in my life, that it felt weird to say it out loud to the public, right? On social media. So it was that process, and I became selfish about it as well, because I wanted to feel sorry for myself again. I wanted people to feel sorry for me. I wanted that attention. I wanted people to look like I wanted people to feel like I am struggling and that I'm feeling a certain way, and that there's kind of no way to fix it, and you kind of just have to pray and hope, right? That was selfishly the feeling that I wanted people to have, right? And a lot of it was because, I was lonely, right? A lot of that time, because because due to university, I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I was up by myself a lot of the times, and I became desperate in a way, which was not good. And I apologize. I talked about this before, but I apologize about it, and I try not to do that anymore because I know how manipulative it can be sometimes for a lot of people. Maybe some of you guys it doesn't feel that way, but for me, for some reason, it kind of does. And even though the venting kind of helped, and the venting helped a little bit for sure, it was a starting point for me to finally open up and be myself a lot more than what I would be accustomed to. I would say more than 2 months ago, I started to finally go to the gym, which was honestly an amazing thing. I'm so proud of myself for starting that. That's the one thing I can take out of this was starting to go to the gym and taking care of my diet and doing cardio and all of these weight loss things and fat loss things. I'm so happy I did that because I was also in the worst shape of my life, I guess, when I hit rock bottom in a way. And it felt like it was only going to get worse. And then, fortunately, I was able to start and make some progress. It's not a lot of progress because, heads up, the gym takes a long time to kind of get used to and make progress in, right? But I have made a little bit of progress, right? The face is a little bit thinner, right? Body's a bit thinner. I feel better, right? My clothes, I don't know. I can't really tell the difference between my clothes, but in general, I feel better, right? A lot of it is my diet, right? I'm eating way better. How I'm getting sick when I'm sitting at home. And for some reason, I've had a lot of guilt because of me doing nothing. And again, like the car accident, that was spontaneous, and you would not predict that to happen at all. But it's making me feel like I'm wasting my time in terms of the goals I want to do and things I want to do in my life. Because of that, you become more lazy. You use the accident as an excuse to kind of have a period where you're kind of just waiting to have the car back, and you're kind of just doing nothing before that. Not really nothing, but you're doing less than what you were doing before. Right after all this yapping that I've done, right, it's been about 20 minutes or 21 minutes as of this recording, and now reflecting back on it now after, I guess talking about my story in a way, I feel a little bit better because I think another thing is that I'm comparing of what my peers and what people on social media are doing that are of my age and how successful they are being. But I know that not everyone gets that, and I kind of have to pave my own path for that, which is exciting, honestly. Like I'm taking it as not as slow, but as best that I can without pushing myself to the extreme, and just having fun along the process, right? That's the kind of the model that I have right now, which again is exciting, and I do have future goals with the content I'm doing right now. I want to make it more professional. I want to make it more, better quality, I guess. I'm currently unemployed right now, so hopefully not soon, but I'm currently unemployed. So, once I get that, hopefully I'll be able to save some money, and then I can invest in that, and hopefully grow my content and grow my following to a lot more people who feel this way and want to join, I guess, my journey and join whatever goal they want to achieve. This is my first long form video, by the way, which is also fun.